So this is the new Insta360 Go 3, and in today's video we're gonna find out if this is something worth getting if you ride a motorcycle. The biggest advantage with the Go 3S now is that we have that 4K resolution compared to the 2.7K on the Go 3. But the biggest disadvantage with the Go 3S is that there's no seamless connection or connection at all to a Bluetooth microphone, which for some is a big problem, especially if you already have your audio setup but you're looking to get a new camera. But for me personally and my use, I don't really mind because I use the DJI Mic 2, which also has internal recording, so that means I can just hit record on the Go 3S and also the DJI Mic 2, and then I can later sync everything up in post. But what really matters though is the image quality, and if there's a difference or an actual noticeable difference between the Go 3S and the Go 3. So I now have the Go 3S shooting 4K 30 FPS, and we have the action view, also the flat color profile, and auto white balance, bitrate set to high, and sharpness set to low. And the audio is the DJI Mic 2, which is recording internally, and I've synced everything up in post by snapping my fingers. So yeah, this is the action view on the Go 3S, and I think it's just about wide enough. I wish it was a little bit wider, but I've used the action pod to frame up everything, and honestly I think it looks pretty good. And having the action pod, it means that it's a little bit easier, it goes a little bit quicker when it comes to finding the perfect angle and framing of your shots. But of course you can do this by connecting to either of the mobile apps offered by any of these other companies like GoPro and DJI, but it just makes it a little bit easier with the action pod. Now I'm shooting in the flat color profile here, so let's just do a stop and change over to the standard color profile, because I believe a lot of people will be using the standard color profile and just, you know, record their videos and upload them directly to social media if that's something you prefer. So let's just change over to the standard color profile here so you can see how that looks. Everything should be synced up now with the audio, and here you can see how I'm framing with the action pod, and it actually looks pretty darn good here. So standard color profile, and again we have the sharpness set to low. I don't think medium sharpness looks that great. I think you're better off with adding that in post yourself, but if you just want to record the videos and upload straight to social media without doing any editing, I reckon you should just try yourself, figure out what looks better for you, and you know, use that sharpness setting that you think looks best. Now when it comes to the standard color profile on the Go 3S, I mean, it does a pretty decent job actually, but personally I prefer to use that flat color profile and then add my own correction and grading in post. But like I said, this is individual, and it also depends on how much work you're willing to put into it before you upload your video to social media. Now moving over to the Go 3 here, shooting 2.7K at 30 FPS, and I also have the same settings here. So auto white balance, sharpness at low, the flat color profile, the bitrate set to high, and auto ISO and shutter. So identical settings to the Go 3S. And here we have a side-by-side comparison with the Go 3 and the Go 3S. Now when we freeze the footage here, I do see more details on the 4K coming from the Go 3S. And when I zoom into 300%, the differences in quality gets even bigger, and there's clearly more details in the 4K image on the Go 3S. And even if I add another +2 sharpness to both the clips here, the Go 3 and the 2.7K looks more washed out compared to the Go 3S. But again, this is details. If it makes one better than the other is up to you to decide based on your budget and your needs. But overall, the Go 3S has better quality and more useful features like gesture control, Apple Find My, and tilt fix, to mention a few, which all is doing a pretty awesome job when you do motovlogging. Now, what I think is the biggest advantage with a camera at this size, this small, I mean, it's the same size of my thumb here, is that you don't feel it, especially when you have it mounted to your helmet. So compared to the GoPro, the Action 4 and the Ace Pro, you can barely feel that you are wearing a camera at all. Another thing is that the Go 3S has this magnetic backplate, which means that you can mount this to your bike without needing any accessories. I wouldn't do this if you're going at speed though, but if you're pulling out your bike, for example, and want some quick and easy B-roll as part of your motovlog video, for example, the Go 3S can add some pretty cool angles. Now, the question is, should you buy the Go 3S if you ride a motorcycle? In terms of image quality and field of view, nothing really beats the GoPro 12 if you have the max lens mod too. However, the Go 3S is more versatile and also probably more reliable than a GoPro, which has more bugs than a warm summer. And you would also need to buy additional accessories, which all in all will be more expensive than buying the Go 3S and the DJI Mic 2, for example. And honestly, I don't think the Go 3S is that far behind in quality compared to the GoPro Hero 12. But I would say if you do more than just ride a motorcycle, maybe you travel a few times a year with your family, or you just prefer to shoot hands-free, nothing really beats the small form factor of the Go 3S. And in terms of image quality, the question is rather if the quality is good enough for you and your needs. So for my use and the way that I live my life, I don't think I could travel anywhere without the Go 3S, and it started all the way back when the Go 2 was released, and ever since I got that camera basically, it was always in my pocket and it was so easy and convenient to capture all these POV shots without having to wear one of those huge bulky head straps. So the head clip and the small form factor of the Go 3S is hugely beneficial for how I capture my life and my videos. And now with 4K resolution on the Go 3S, I have the same small form factor and the same small camera, but with better quality, more features, and a case that I can use as a monitor. So all in all, the Go 3S is definitely a camera I can use for motovlogs. And if you want to capture some vocals as well, I would recommend getting the DJI Mic 2, which is only $99 US. So there you have my initial thoughts on the Go 3S for motovlogging. If you found this video helpful, let me know by dropping a like down below, and if you want to see more videos like this or have any questions related to this video, let me know in the comments below. So with that said, thanks for watching, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.